Hey everyone, Josh here with a look at another Star Wars toy. And the toy we're looking at today is from the Power of the Force collection with the very dark green cards. This is Han Solo with blaster pistol and holster. And this is a pretty unique figure. This is one of the last figures they created for the Power of the Force collection. It came out towards the very end of the line, and this is also a figure that came with what was called a Comm chip, and it was a little plastic chip that came with the figure, and it was really something that came out with the Phantom Menace toy line, and it kind of bleeded over a little bit into the Power of the Force collection. And what it is just a little plastic chip that came with the figure, and you had to have what was called a Comm chip reader, and you could actually scan the little chip over the reader, and the reader would recite lines from the movie from that particular character. And so real quick here, I just want to spin him around and show you what he looks like from all sides here. And you can see he's got and this is one of my favorite features for all of the characters when they put them in. There's only a few that do it, but they actually have usable and working holsters, and so this is one of the few figures that has that, and I'll show you that here in a second how that works. But to do that, they kind of have to make the guns, usually, not always, but they usually have to make them a little bit smaller. And this is one of the few Han Solo figures I've ever come across that the pistol is actually to scale for the figure. So just to put it in context for you here, this is a lot closer to what Han Solo's pistol would look like if it was actually made to the size for the toy. Now, to put it in context, most of the Power of the Force collection toys, they came with this one. This is supposed to be the same gun. You're just seeing it from, I'm going to go ahead and pull it out of Han's hand here. But what we're doing here is I want to show you the difference between this figure's gun, if it would focus. Come on. There we go. So you can see the difference in the two guns and size and detail. But I mean the more cartoony one is actually, it's darn near twice the size. But that just goes to show you, to make these things to scale, this is how small some of the parts would have to be. But I mean, you can see it's also painted with a little bit of texture, and they actually have the holes in the barrel, unlike these other ones here. But just to show you, I mean, this is the difference in size. And one of the reasons I had to do this also, of course, is so it will fit in the holster. So let me show you how that works here. And there you can see the holster on the side. It is permanently attached. It doesn't come out or come off the figure. But the gun actually slides right in there. There's even a little cutout for the scope. But I've always thought that was one of the coolest things when they did that, and I just appreciate when the toy makers put that much detail into the figures. I think that's really cool. So anyway, real quick, let's just check out his movements here. And the vest is permanently attached. It doesn't come off. But real quick, you got a little bit of head wiggle, not much. And he does move at the shoulder on both arms, and on his Luke or Han's left arm, you'll see actually Elsa has elbow movement. And let's see here, we got waist movement and hip and actually knee movement as well for this character, because one of the things towards the end of the Power of the Force line, they started putting a lot more detail into the figures. And there was actually a Greedo figure that also came out with knees, and there was a little cantina playset you could buy that was actually made out of cardboard, and you could sit both Han and Greedo at the table across from each other. And if you were going to recreate the scene where he's undoing his holster under the table, you got to have a holster and a gun. And that was what that's for. So there's actually a Greedo figure that kind of goes with this guy. Kinda. They're not sold together, but it's like, you know, they're in the same scene and everything. So if you want to recreate that scene from A New Hope, you can do that. Whoa, that looked painful. Okay. Oh, there he is, everyone. From the Power of the Force collection with the very dark green cards. This is Han Solo with blaster pistol and holster and Comtech chip. And thanks for watching, everyone.